Welcome to Supply Chain Partners Coffee Break with Logmaster Australia, streaming live from LinkedIn and YouTube. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sharon Grant, the founder of Supply Chain Partners. Thank you for spending your coffee break with us today. So grab a coffee and I'll explain what we'll be covering today. I'll introduce our Gold Partner Expert member, Logmaster Australia. We'll find out all about Logmaster and about their fantastic offer for Supply Chain Partners members. And then I'll provide you with a brief tour of the Supply Chain Partners marketplace and our professional community. Supply Chain Partners is an award-winning global B2B marketplace and a business and supply chain professional community where you can gain access to experts, innovative solutions, free coaching, education, and networking to accelerate your business, supply chain, and professional goals. Our marketplace provides you with access to hundreds of business and supply chain resources and innovative solutions provided by our expert members. We help industry professionals to connect with experts to learn about better ways to operate and improve business and your supply chain and achieve your professional goals. We're excited to offer you and your team free lifetime membership to Supply Chain Partners as a corporate member or an individual member. And we welcome you and we welcome industry suppliers and service providers to join Supply Chain Partners as an expert member, where you can access an all-in-one business development and marketing solution, and you can deliver and attend professional development and networking events. We promote our expert members to our global audience of over 24,000 business and supply chain professionals to our growing global audience. Now, today we are showcasing our Gold Partner Expert member, Logmaster Australia. And I'd like to introduce Josh Saunders, the Managing Director of Logmaster Australia. Thanks for joining us today, Josh.
Thanks for having me, Sharon. Happy to be here.
Josh, could you please provide an overview of Logmaster and explain why you created this technology?
Absolutely. So Logmaster is a compliance automation platform. It's designed to help streamline processes in the compliance department of trucking and transport businesses, along with getting rid of paperwork out of offices, increasing accuracy of data, and making things easier for day-to-day life for record keepers.
Excellent. So what types of users is Logmaster built for?
So Logmaster is built for transport and trucking business record keepers, as well as truck drivers themselves, whether it be a subcontractor, owner, operator, etc., or a small fleet right up to a large fleet. So we support the use of electronic work diaries. So we've got a NHVR accredited electronic work diary component, and we also support the use of drivers that wish to stay on paper logbooks. We support contractors, and we support local drivers as well.
Excellent. So how do each of these parties use Logmaster and what are the benefits they are seeing?
Sure. So in terms of a truck driver's perspective, rather than using his clunky paper work diary, which is mandated that he has to use, he can use our mobile app, our Logmaster Australia mobile app. So he'll be able to log in, start his day, start his rest, etc., fill in his fit to drive declarations, vehicle maintenance, pre-start checks, etc. And all that information will travel in real time through his record keeper portal. So back at the office, the company record keeper will have access to a portal, and all the data from all the drivers in the fleet will be streaming through, and it will simplify the way they do business. So no more entering in loads and loads of paper data, no more having all your information in all different places through all different systems. You can literally do everything that you need to do as a compliance manager within the Logmaster platform.
Wonderful. Now, you have a corporate video, so I'd like to share that video now. So if we come on to Supply Chain Partners, and when we visit Logmaster's storefront, we can see their corporate video. So we'll play this video now, and I just have it on a bigger screen. So I'm just going to press play.
If you're driving a truck or running a transport business in Australia, you need to keep paper logbooks to record work and rest periods. These logbooks form part of the chain of responsibility for the business and are an old-fashioned way of doing things. Logmaster is here to automate compliance. No more coming into the office with paper logbooks or stacks of forms. No more phone calls chasing up logbooks and checking them for breaches. No more discovering a breach days after it happened. Logmaster automates all of this for you in real time. The technology allows the driver to know before a breach can occur and prevent costly fines. Logmaster completely removes the need to keep a paper work diary, as all your work and rest details can be entered on your smartphone or tablet. On top of that, Logmaster has real-time alerts to tell you when you need to take your breaks, which allows you to focus on the road, not when you need to stop for a rest. Logmaster increases accuracy, makes staying compliant easy, and eliminates the need for paperwork, allowing you to record your driver fitness declarations and vehicle pre-start checklists all within the same app. Forget traditional paper-based compliance, upgrade to digital with Logmaster. Contact us today for a demo and move to the smarter compliance service. Logmaster, the transport compliance system that ticks all the boxes.
That's excellent. I love that video.
They said it well, yeah.
You've done really well.
Thank you.
I understand that you are happy to give transport companies a full guided tour of the Logmaster platform. So how does someone go about booking a tour?
So on the website, logmaster.com.au, there's a book a demonstration. And of course, you can get in touch with me or anyone from the Logmaster team. We'll be happy to book in time and take you through the tour. There's quite a lot of features and functionality. So we can give the brief version, which is about 15 minutes, or we can give the long version where we go through everything top to bottom, which is more like a 45-minute session.
Right. Well, it's well worth it because there's plenty of things to see. So can you share some success stories from your users on how Logmaster has made a difference in their business?
Absolutely. I guess if we start with the drivers themselves. So I guess a driver who's been working in the transport industry for a while, they sort of get used to using paper. Some are, I guess, nervous about switching to an electronic version, but once we actually work with the driver, take them through the system and explain how it works and how it helps them, they shift from being unsure if it's right to them to saying, I'll never go back to paper. Because as a truck driver, you got to think about a lot of things. So you're trying to operate a huge truck, and you're also trying to stay compliant, stay within the law, make sure you're not breaching, make sure you're not liable for fines, be confident with what you're doing. But the truck laws in Australia and the work and rest time laws in Australia, they're pretty difficult for a truck driver to understand. And so by using a mobile app to take care of things, the app will talk to you as a driver. It'll say, in 45 minutes, you need to stop for a 15-minute rest break to stay compliant. And it will keep talking to you, and it will get right down to in 1 minute, you need to take a break. So whereas with paper, it's all on you. You need to know what you're doing and understand everything to be able to stop at the right times. Whereas with this, you literally set and listen. You set it, so you start work and then you listen. So a lot of truck drivers are starting to say things like, I'm not going back to paper. The thing lets me know what I need to do. So I can focus on the road, not when I need to have to stop.
Yes, that's brilliant.
Yeah. The other major thing about using an electronic work diary is you can stop for a break at any point and start your break. If you're on paper or traditional work diaries, you must stop on a 15-minute increment. So if I'm a truck driver and I pull up to have my rest break and I stop at 2 minutes past 12, I must wait until 15 minutes past 12 before I can even start that break. So by moving to digital, you've got a time efficiency there as well. So when that driver pulls into the rest bay to start their break, they can literally start it no matter what time it is. 15 minutes later, they're back on the road again. So when you look at that time saving efficiency over a large fleet, we've worked out that you can potentially be wasting over an hour a day just in that one 15-minute block situation. So you multiply that over a large fleet over a few weeks, and we're talking about a lot of hours there that's saved. So that's from a driver's perspective. Also, the ability to do your pre-start checks and fitness declarations and all that sort of thing from an app rather than clumsy paperwork. That's definitely a huge time saver. And the fact that they don't need to physically go into the office to drop paperwork off anymore. It all beams in real time straight through to the record keeper. So that's from a driver's perspective. Now, the record keepers obviously have to spend a lot of time putting in manual entries from the paperwork that they're collecting. They find that when they switch to electronic, they have a lot more free time, because it does take quite a bit of time to look at these paper log sheets that are handed in for every single day, and enter those in, look for breaches, etc., file them. When it's all there in real time, is searchable, you can export reports from it. They literally find that they've got a lot of extra time that they can focus on other things like training their drivers or doing other admin work. So the biggest thing we hear from office admin is, I have so much extra free time on my hands. So that's a really good thing. When we look at features like our conformance management system, having the ability to pull in the data that you're creating an investigation on as a record keeper, all in the one system, they've said it's a huge time saver. So we're hearing really, really great results from clients using the system, and they're starting to tell their friends about it, which is really, really good.
That's excellent. Well, it all makes sense. You've made some really valid arguments there, particularly all the benefits that you've identified. So what sorts of things do transport company record keepers need to stay on top of to make sure things run smoothly?
Sure. So a record keeper needs to stay on top of the performance of the driver in relation to the number of breaches that occur. So let's say a driver is breaching consistently, that record keeper needs to manage that driver and train that driver and upskill that driver to reduce the amount of breaches coming through. Now, when breaches occur and when certain things occur, it's the record keeper's responsibility to lodge them and identify them, and then create non-conformances of that. So they need to keep a record of all the times these things are happening. And it's an auditor's job every quarter when they have their audit to go through all of these things and track the performance of the company. Now, I've spoken to a lot of auditors about this, and they're all behind digital systems because it saves them a lot of time. So if I'm an auditor going into a business, I'm needing all of that information. And sometimes it arrives in boxes of paperwork, right? So if they had a login to a Logmaster system, they can see everything right there. They can pull the reports that they need to. They can look at all the breaches. They can look at how the non-conformances have been lodged, how the incident reports, fault reports, hazard reports have all been lodged. They can look at how they're managing their accreditation, so their BFM or their AFM accreditation, all of these things on the screen rather than in boxes of paper. So it's saving them a lot of time.
Excellent. So what are some of the biggest benefits from drivers who switch from the traditional paper logbooks to Logmaster?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that 15-minute flexibility there that I mentioned earlier, where you can literally start your break whenever you can or whenever you want to, and 15 minutes later be on the road again. They certainly love that. They love the fact that they don't need to make special trips to the office to drop off paperwork. They love the fact that if they're a subcontractor working for multiple businesses, that they can automate their reports to those businesses. So it becomes a case of get in the truck, hit the button, listen to the app, and that's it. You don't have to go, oh, right, it's Friday, I need to send my report. It's all done in there. They certainly love that. They love that the app operates in black spots and low coverage areas as well. They love that they don't have to be typing in suburbs because it automatically pulls in the suburb you are. And they love the fact that when they get pulled over by a roadside official, they're safe, they're covered, they know exactly what's going on. They can hand the device to the roadside official and know, I'm not in any trouble here. So that's a bit of confidence from the drivers is great.
You've identified many benefits there for drivers, so that is excellent. And what about business benefits for companies who want to switch to digital compliance?
Definitely. The time saving aspect is really big from a record keeper's or a business perspective. So just reducing the amount of time they're spending on the manual entry side of compliance and record keeping is a big thing, but also the increase in accuracy and the decrease in negative events. So we find that companies, when they switch to electronic or digital compliance like this, they're more aware of the breaches and the things that they need to be reducing. So we see an increase in the performance of the company around the things that are important to them, like breaches, etc., non-conformances. So with the digital system, you can more easily track them and improve them. So yeah, definitely a lot of benefits coming from company side.
And what are some of the challenges associated with manual record keeping processes for driver fatigue compliance?
Yeah, so it all comes back to that messy paperwork sort of situation. I'm sure lots of the viewers out here have been in record keeper offices, and it's common to see stacks of paperwork and that sort of thing. And so digitizing all of that, making it nice and easy, making reports only one click away, it just makes things a lot more pleasant for the record keeper, and they can feel more confident they're across everything.
Great. So Josh, let's now discuss your special offer for Supply Chain Partners members. Could you please explain your offer?
Absolutely. So any Supply Chain Partners member who wants to look at Logmaster and implement it in their business, sure, you can have a trial, a no-cost trial to see if it suits your business. But if you do actually decide that you want to take up Logmaster and use it, you will get your first month absolutely free.
That's excellent. Thank you very much, Josh. We're very grateful for your special offer for Supply Chain Partners members.
Pleasure.
Now, I'll share my screen to show the audience how to locate your offer on Supply Chain Partners, and then I'll provide a brief tour of our marketplace and professional community. So Josh, thank you very much for joining us today from Logmaster Australia. We're very grateful for your fantastic offer for our Supply Chain Partners members.
Thanks for having us.
So I'll just share my screen. So when you come on to supplychainpartners.co, you'll arrive here at the homepage, and you need to go to the offers section here. So when you go to offers, you'll be able to see all the different offers for Supply Chain Partners members, and you can access these offers by being a member, and you can join for free as a corporate member or an individual member. So here we can see the Logmaster offer. So let's go into that offer. So when we go into this offer, we also see that there's a video that you can play. So there's a few demonstrations on this offer, so that you'll be able to have a look at those demonstrations. So as we come down here, you can download the brochure and you can have a look at this demonstration. So this is the electronic work diary record keeper demonstration of the portal, so the record keeper management portal, and then you can read these benefits here and then have a look at the Logmaster mobile app, and there's another video that you can have a look there. So that's all about that offer that Josh was just talking about, and then you can contact Logmaster to take up that offer. Now, what we can do from here is we can also go to Logmaster's storefront. So when we go to the storefront, we'll see this is Logmaster, and we can find out more information about Logmaster because they've got various information here in their credentials and more information about what their Logmaster technology does. And you can also play that corporate video here too, if you like. And then when items are published on their storefront, for example, their products, well, then those products appear in the list of products. And when you also publish your videos, then these videos also appear in our resources for videos. So we did make a podcast interview. So let's have a look at that interview. When you do come onto the podcast here, you can actually have a look at Supply Chain Partners TV and podcast, and our listeners span 19 countries. And so we have a range of podcasts that are available. And then you can come down here and you'll see the Logmaster podcast. So let's have a look at that. You can also have a look at the video that we made or play the podcast. So the podcast appears in right here. You can play it here, or you can play it on Spotify or any of these channels here if you have a favorite podcast channel. Now, when we did our podcast, you'll see that we talked about various things. And so basically the first part of our podcast, we're focusing on, why does the transport industry need this type of technology, and what's actually happening? How is fatigue impacting on the industry, impacting on drivers, etc., and also about the manual record keeping process. We take a deep dive into each of these issues and look at the challenges, and then we have a look at some real life examples about how Logmaster is being used and some key lessons learned. And then we really take a deep dive into the technology itself and really explore how is this technology benefiting the various users and the roles that people play to use this technology. So we welcome you to have a look at that video or listen to the podcast. Now, we do hold events, and so we welcome you to explore our events, and you can download our events list here for the events that we have coming up. And so we have another event coming up on Tuesday, so developing your MRO materials management strategy. And I'll explain a little bit about that soon. So if you did want to join Supply Chain Partners, then just click on the membership or free membership, and that'll take you here to our membership page, and you can read more information about that here. So you've got the three options. So you've got the individual member and the corporate membership. They're the both free options. But if you would like to advertise and business promotion, then we recommend that you have a look at the expert membership. So we do take an educational approach because that's what we're all about. You may know that I am an academic as well. So I was previously a supply chain and logistics management consultant. And so with my academic, I've been an academic for a couple of decades. And so I'm still lecturing and teaching and designing supply chains and logistics management and so forth. And so we do have a global audience of over 24,000, and they are across various functions across, and they have national and global and local level responsibilities across all the very important functions within an organization. And the majority of our audience do deal with, have inventory, and they range across 50 plus industry sectors. And so what we do with, and we've got various credentials you can have a look at here as well. So what we do is we take our educational approach so that we can help industry to understand the various issues that are occurring across industry and how they're impacting on organizations and across industry, and we explore those, and so that we can help businesses and individuals and corporate members to understand how can they improve their organization and their supply chain, their processes and their technology, to find out better ways to operate and improve and grow their company. Now, our next event is developing your MRO materials management strategy. So MRO stands for maintenance, repair and operations materials management. And so this is a key area that I also have a significant amount of experience in. And so this is an executive roundtable. And so it's for executive managers and leaders. And so you can come to this event and really do a deep dive into developing your materials management strategy. And you can delve through and have a bit of an assessment about your maturity, about how are you managing your materials in your organization. And so Missing Link Supply Solutions will take you through all of this, and Tim McLean and Derek Liss will be facilitating this event. So we welcome you to attend this event. And so this event is free for our members. And so you'll be able to really explore over a 2-hour period, develop a high level materials management strategy. So we're coming to the end of our coffee break. So we'd like to thank you very much for attending today's coffee break with Logmaster Australia. So be sure to take advantage of their fantastic offer for Supply Chain Partners members. Now, as I was mentioning, our next event is on Tuesday, the 8th of February. So we invite you to attend our online executive roundtable about developing your MRO materials management strategy with Missing Link Supply Solutions, who specialise in assisting asset-intensive industries to increase asset availability and reliability and reduce risk at the lowest cost possible to improve the management of maintenance, repair and operations materials. Now, we welcome you to take advantage of our free lifetime membership at Supply Chain Partners to access experts and innovative business and supply chain solutions and our fantastic offers that are available to you. And you'll also receive free online business and supply chain coaching, education and networking events that you can attend. So please reach out if you'd like to know more. So bye for now, and we look forward to seeing you next week.